What's good, guys? Welcome back. So I figured I would just come on here and just give an update and let you know how things are going in the application process. I've been getting a lot of questions from some of you guys from my previous videos. So and that goes with everything. So if you guys have questions about anything, you can always reach out, comment below, or you can reach out to my IG, which I'll put the handle in the description. Other than that, I appreciate you guys checking it out, supporting the content and whatnot. So as of right now it is just a waiting game. Everything is processing. I've gotten through the steps. Right now, the only thing I'm waiting on is background. So, and there's gonna be a separate video for that as well. And pretty much all I'm doing is just getting myself mentally and physically prepared. And because when I go to the academy, I just want to be sure that I am 100% mentally ready to go, physically ready to go. I'm not going to be showing up out of shape. And I'm not going to be showing up with the wrong mindset or mentality. My mentality has to be on point regardless. And the same thing with physically, which is mandatory. Like, if you're gonna go to a law enforcement academy, you better be in shape. Like, that's just how it is. Like, and I have to take it to the extreme because it's important that I perform at my highest level. When you go to a law enforcement academy, like the Border Patrol, HSI, or FBI, any sort of federal law enforcement agency, like, you have to be in phenomenal shape. I mean, even if you go to your local police or sheriff department and you go through an academy there, you're gonna have to be in shape for that as well. You know, because you're representing the agency you're working for, but ultimately you're representing yourself, right? I feel like everyone should always be in shape no matter what. And don't get me wrong, I'm actually gonna come out with more content on what I do myself, and then I'm gonna give like some good tips and resources on what I think that you guys should do that can help you prepare for the academy physically and being in shape. And then just especially with the mental aspect too, because like if you're physically in good shape, you just have this confidence, this aurora, this essence within you that you're willing to handle any difficult task, any challenging task, and confront it and just crush it, because the only outcome is success. So, and actually I will say I'm kind of grateful that it's taken some time. It's been like about a few weeks since my last video, but the amount, like, and I had a call from a background investigator about 2 weeks ago. I had an interview. So right now everything is in process, but the cool thing is that I have the time right now to allocate my priority to being in the best shape I can possibly be in and being mentally ready. Because when it's time to go, it's time to go. And there's no going back. Because especially since being in the application process for this long, I know that I have no choice but to bring my very best. It would be an insult if I didn't. So, I mean, especially if you guys are going toward the same path, you guys should be fired up and you guys should have that mentality too. I guarantee you that you'll be so successful in the long run. And it doesn't matter what agency it is. You should always have the mentality that I'm gonna be in shape, I'm gonna perform, I'm gonna be sharp. I'm gonna be as sharp as a blade. So, and that's cool because going to the academy, you'll be in this community, you'll just be around a lot of people that are very like-minded. You'll have good instructors, and you'll just have people that are just, really ambitious, and they have gone through challenges in their application process, a lot of setbacks or a long waiting period, but regardless, it's worth it. And what I will say is, it's worth it. Like, this wait is worth it for me. So if I can have this mentality and be sane, then I'm not gonna have a problem. And I know it. As long as it takes, it can get very frustrating too, right? Because there's certain steps in the application process that kind of stump you up, and you're just like, man, I gotta give them this, I gotta do this, I gotta like jump through all these hoops. But that's part of the game. I mean, because if any great thing can be attained that easily, then is it really valuable? I don't think so. I think that something as truly as valuable as being in a career field like this is worth it because of all the hard stuff you have to go through, all the hoops you gotta jump, all the crazy long waits, the stops, the setbacks. That's what makes the journey so great. So, and I just imagine myself being there. I imagine myself in the field doing my thing, and it's just gonna. I start living the life, and it's just gonna unfold for me. And so I almost have to delude myself into thinking I'm already living this life. I'm already in the best shape I am. I'm already mentally and physically prepared in every way to do this type of job. So, and that's what keeps me going, is my personal drive. I mean, I'm not gonna come on here and say it's been perfect all the way through. Like, there have been times where I've just been frustrated with certain things, especially with medical, and especially with, waiting for the background and stuff, and just wondering, man, did I cover all the bases? Did I do everything I was supposed to do? And I know in my heart that I'm very confident and that I did everything and I did my part to the fullest, that I should be fine. So I have to remind myself too. And that's another thing, is like, all you can do is do your part. Just do your part. In order to avoid prolonging your application, is to just do your part. Give them what they need, and then just get moving. I mean, now, it's not gonna be perfect either, because you're gonna have times where even if you are doing your part to the fullest, they're still gonna make you wait. They're still gonna process stuff, because that's just how they do things. So, I mean, and don't take it personally either. So, but like, I mean, if you are curious too, like, what's cool is they do have like a contact center. You got recruiters and stuff that you can talk to. So it's you have resources. I mean, at the end of the day though, you are kind of on your own. And what I mean by that is like, you can talk to recruiters, you can talk to people, but the only problem is that, they can only give you advice on stuff. They can't physically do things themselves. How we're like in the military, it's kind of more structured, and you go in as a recruit to the recruiting office, and you're going through MEPS and you're doing your ASVAB, you're doing all this stuff, and then there's a stump, and then it's not really your fault, but it's kind of more of, it's just something that kind of just has to get processed a certain way. So the recruiter will actually take care of that and talk to the people that need to get what they need to get, and then they'll contact you. They give you a phone call, hey, they need this and that, can you give that to them, send that to me or something, and then you call them up, like, yep, I got you, here's this and that, boom. Then they make a call, or they go to the office, they turn it into that person. So unfortunately, and that's what I've seen on some of the hiring process videos for some of the people that are in the same boat as me, like, and I've come to that realization, it's like the same thing for myself. So, and I wish it was more structured that way with Border Patrol. However, it's not set that way, and it's no harm in it either way. But that's just what I've noticed and what I've observed. So especially when it comes to like taking care of my medical stuff and my background stuff, that's something that I need to gather myself and get all the information and send it to them and give them what they need. So that just all comes down to just doing your part, just being responsible. So as long as you can do that, then you should be fine. So, and at the end of the day, you can't get discouraged. And you have to just believe that it's gonna work out, and there's always other options as well. So you don't get stuck, and you don't feel like, if this doesn't work out, what happens now? You know, there's always a solution. That's just how I gotta look at things too. And I promise down in this next video, I will talk about what my other options I'm considering, and then of course what I need to do to be physically and mentally prepared, and just being on top of everything so that way I'm ready to go. And I will have the full update once I get through my background and etc. So as always, I'm gonna end it right here, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, comment below, DM me on evantoth_. And those of you guys that are going through this journey, I wish you guys the best, and keep your heads up.